void the information about the women's gymnastics individual.
I successfully made it until 5:22. I ignored Hunk's updates.
We're not going to tell you what happened.
I didn't look at social media.
The all-around title on the line today, and I absolutely burst the balloon. I am so sorry, Babs. I will never forget that.
She was looking forward to going home and watching that tonight.
And I said what I said, which I won't divulge because there are people also waiting out there.
Yes.
I thought, what did I just say? I thought you were going to cry. I really did. You hit the floor. You really had all day managed to avoid any. I can't believe you were able to do that.
So, and then
Stayed
Jim
off
Nantz,
social media. That was
Jim Nantz comes in here and does it face to face, not even like on social media.
That's what made it special.
It was just in passing too. It was like, oh, so yeah, the all around.
So I've been told that we have a special caller on the line.
Oh,
Could you identify yourself, please?
Nance, I miss you.
Tracy.
I'm thinking that sounds like Tracy Wolfson. No way. Hello, Trace. Emmy award-winning Tracy Wolfson, I might add. She is an amazing friend and teammate, and we're about to get together soon, set sail on our NFL season. Trace, I can't wait. You know, we had this news today.
Wait.
I know that Justin Herbert hopefully will be able to play week 1. We're going to be in L.A. For the horrible debut. Yeah, but Trace.
We have the Chargers a lot in those first 5 weeks.
I know.
Okay.
I miss you. I miss you and your boys. She's got 3 incredible, great guy, Dave. She's married to, and 3 boys that are amazing. So,
I miss you too, Dave.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're in studio with the guys.
I know.
I'm gone, of course. And Dawn's
amazing.
on.
I love you for calling. Thank you so much. I'll see you at the seminar in a week and a half. We all meet in New York.
I can't wait. Hope everyone's well. Hope the fam is doing good, and everyone in the studio. Hi, miss you guys too, and I'll talk to you during the fall.
Boy, you just blindsided me. You
Trace.
got me good, Trace.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
I'm glad that happened.
So we did ask Tracy because I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring Jim like dessert or cookies or something, to thank him, which I didn't. So I'm sorry.
I came bearing gifts. I'll show you after the show.
No, but we asked Trace, and she was like, well, like what's his dessert? What's his cookie? What does he like? And she's like, I don't know, but he does like his toast burnt.
Oh, dear. That's a truism.
I looked it up.
I told Tracy I'm not making him toast. I mean,
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to burn his toast. But then I looked it up, and somewhere in an article, it said that you carried a picture.
Well, it's all it took on a life all its own because
Yeah.
Deadspin picked up on a story that was said kind of in jest
Oh, okay.
in a Q&A with me, and then they blew this thing up, and the headline was, Jim Nantz has lost his mind, which maybe I have, but I didn't know it was going to come down to toast. I just like to get my toast on the really crispy, crunchy dark side. Okay, so sorry, folks. I don't like lightly toasted toast. I like it to be. I like my bacon to be like crispy.
That's right.
I like my pizza. The crust to be.
You don't need no doughy.
Don't judge me.
Somebody said, you know what you need to do, because I was belly aching about. Living on the road, and your breakfast comes out and the toast is never right. You got to send it back.
Yeah.
And now your eggs are going to get cold if you wait for the toast to come back. And your whole the whole day is already out of order. So this is all in jest now, Slay.
Yeah.
But I made the point to a writer that it's a 10-minute process for some reason to send the toast back, and it comes back, and now you've already consumed the eggs. So it's not as good. But if you did that 6 times a day, 6 times a week, you ordered toast, and you sent it back, which I was at that point, sending it back 6 times a week. That's an hour a week. Now, rounding down, that's 2 days in your year that you saved. I'm in jest. I'm teasing here. By having a picture laminated in your wallet of 2 slices of bread coming out with the toast smoldering.
That's outstanding.
Send this back to the chef. This is how I want my toast. Usually, and this lasted for about 2 weeks, and I realized I was getting some really crazy reactions. Usually, the chef would come out to say, "Who is this flaming crazy whatever? Fill in the word. I got to take a look at this guy." And then you'd say, "Hey, I'm just kidding, but I would like it kind of crunchy." And life would go on. So the guy wrote about it.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about I've got 2 extra days a year no one else does. I don't even know what to do with my time now. And it took on a life all its own. And I got a lot of feedback about that. So don't post that story. I don't need that one back on the social media again. It's followed me everywhere. I go to hotel rooms sometimes. And the manager, as an amenity, will send up somebody from room service. He's got a silver tray with a cover on top.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't even do this? What is it? I know what it's going to be because I can see the smoke coming out of that little hole in the top of the platter cover. And he opens it up, and there it is, burnt toast. Oh, thank you, guys. That's just tremendous. Thank you. I really didn't mean it, but
listen,
okay.
Slay carries condiments and jugs of sauce in his car.
You got to.
Listen,
Life
man,
on the road.
Been all around the world, and that's the thing that hurts me most when you go to a restaurant and they don't have the sauce that you need.
What you need?
I need.
Oh, gosh. We don't
glad
have
you
enough
wanna
time
know.
in
I'm
the
glad you asked.
show.
I need Heinz ketchup.
Oh.
I need French's mustard. I need wishbone Italian dressing.
That's hard to find on the road.
I'm
That's
telling
big
you.
time hard to find on
I
the
used
road.
to get it delivered overseas. I'm telling you. A1 sauce, Heinz 57 sauce, and honey. I can eat any meal in the world.
You can cover anything up with that?
What? Pasta with honey that you don't really like?
What?
I'm telling you, pregame meals be serious when you don't really like to get into them. You like, okay, I know what to do.
But you want your Heinz ketchup. You don't want somebody's catsup.
No. And don't give me nothing off brand either.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I pay gladly.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's awesome, man.
Okay,
I have
but-
great
It's connecting.
respect for you now. I always did, but it's gone to a whole
Real
new level,
foodies.
man.
Real foodies know,
That's
man.
tremendous.
That's a connecting
But Jim,
force right there.
He kept the Italian dressing when I first met him when he started on this show in his glove compartment of his car. We live in Nashville. It is hot as Hades here. I made him throw it out. I said,
hope
that
so.
is not
Preparation.
It's supposed
safe,
to be
Slay."
refrigerated.
Yeah,
man.
but at this time, it was coming out of the winter. I forgot it was in there, so it was.
I got you.
That is not okay.
That wasn't okay. I learned.
We surprised you with Tracy Wolfson, and we also like to have Frank Caliendo in studio. And he did a Jim Nantz one day.
Yeah, he's you got him?
Yeah, here.
Here we go, Jim. Tony.
I love
best.
Frank. He's tremendous. He does that every time. It's Tony.
Yep.
And yeah, it probably does sound pretty close.
I've never noticed you doing that.
I don't think I quite push it that far, dragging it out that long. But I have so much fun with Romo. We have such a time.
You
and
can tell.
Tracy, we absolutely have the best time.
How great is it to be able to work in this business with people that you genuinely love?
100%. It's a whole game changer. It's just, and I've been blessed. I've had great partners. And Tony left football at the age of 38. This will be our 8th season coming up. We began actually game 1. We've had 3 Super Bowls, by the way, in the first 7 years together. We'll be on the sidelines because of the rotation now for 3 years before we get another one. But our first game ever was at Tennessee, was here in Nashville. Little did I know someday this would be home, man. I love this city. I came in for game 1 with Tony. We stayed at the Hutton Hotel over here on West End, and we had done 8 practice games over the summer, and everybody wanted to hear what Tony sounded like. We traveled with security that actually wasn't security for us. It was security around the tape deck where the feed of the rehearsal was going into. They knew there were going to be people trying to pirate the feed to hear what he sounded like. And we started in May. Took us all over the country. We did some in studio off of a monitor like you have in here. And I knew he was going to be great. And then the morning of game 1, it's week 1, the 2017 opener, is the Oakland Raiders at the time taking on the Tennessee Titans. That morning in the hotel, Sean McManus, just retired chairman of CBS, called me and said, "How'd you sleep?" I said, "Never better." He said, "Are we going to be okay?" I said, "Sean, we're going to be better than okay. Sit back and enjoy it. It's going to be a magnificent ride. He's going to be great." Oh, good. Okay. So I went to the stadium. You know how the game began? So you can remember this.
I don't remember.
I don't need that.
Onside kick. The Titans.
Can't do that anymore.
The Titans. That's right. That's the one thing I want to see tonight with the Hall of Fame game.
That's right.
And that's another reason why you don't need to watch the All-Around tonight, Babs. There's a football game on TV.
That is true.
But there was the Titans kicking off. You remember this? And Mike tried an onside kick, recovered by the Raiders. Here's a guy making his debut. And he walks into an onside kick. 4 plays later, Derek Carr had him in the end zone. Tony called like all 4 plays down the field.
I loved it.
And I thought, man, I'm telling you, this is sweet. At halftime, I got a call from the boss in New York, Sean. He called and said, he's unbelievable. I said, Sean, I told you, man, this is what he is. I can't believe he's called all these plays right. I said, he's seeing something no one else sees. Mm-hmm. He looks down on the field, it's like a chess master. He can look at formations, and he knows where the sweet spot is. And away we go.
Jim Nantz in studio.
I'm curious about just that with Tony and his ability to see that and call the plays before they happen. And a lot of people talked about that kind of moving forward, that, maybe he saw too much sometimes before we all saw it. What's been the evolution of him?
Well, I think Tony's done less of it because in his mind, he wants to be known as more than a guy that can be the soothsayer in the book and foreshadow the calls.
Yeah.
And he wants to show some of his other strengths. But I don't think the teams had any problem with it. But you know what's interesting? Let me tell you this, Dawn. When he has a game with a quarterback who's experienced, who's been in a film room for as long as Tony was in the film room, he knows that they see what he sees. So he looks like a genius on these play calls. Take, for example, Tom Brady, where the AFC Network, I did over 100 of Tom's games in New England, plus a bunch down in Tampa. When we had a Brady game, it was so easy for Tony to call the next play. Now, when you get a young quarterback who's now in the league and he doesn't know where he's supposed to go with it, and Tony says this is going to be a throw to the slot receiver on the right side, and it doesn't go there, all of a sudden he doesn't look as smart. Yeah. But it wasn't that Tony was wrong. It was the quarterback who had it wrong. He had it right the whole time.
Jim Nantz with us on 3HL. All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, Jim Nantz goes into the boo-boo room.
Oh, boy.
Lock the doors.
Next on 3HL.